Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby, and today I'll be showing you my favourite leaves on some of my plants. And it sounds like a really random one, but bear with me. I've just really been appreciating my plants a lot more recently, and I'm noticing some of them coming through a lot larger than normal, and I really wanted to share them with you. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So this first plant is one that actually unfurled quite recently, this new leaf. And with it being a variegated plant, I feel like there's more excitement with it because the variegation is unstable to the point where every leaf is going to be different. So it will probably be no surprise to some people, but it's on my Syngonium elbow. And here's my hand for reference. It's a really, really large leaf. And I think I'm just so excited because this is the leaf I got before, and then I got this one, and I just really enjoy how it's like mostly white, which as we know isn't the best, as this one is coming through. But I really, really like that variegation on the leaf. I just think it's such a pretty leaf. And to be honest, I just love the way it looks on this plant. This is a bit of an ugly looking kind of setup, but that leaf in its entirety is just so pretty. So I've really, really been enjoying this one recently. I took a few photos of it the other day because, as we all know, this will eventually die with it being predominantly white, but it will last a lot longer than the fully white ones, obviously, because it does have some green to photosynthesize. But yeah, that's my first one. And the second one is actually on the same plant, but it was from a wet stick that I did. Here it is. Excuse the state of this cup. It's a work in progress. But it's actually, you can see all the algae around there, it's disgusting. But it's actually this leaf. This leaf is so pretty. So again, let me show you the first leaf I got. This was the first leaf, this tiny little thing. And I was so disappointed. I was like, I can't believe it. And then now I'm starting to think that was like the cap of it, like, you know, just the top. It definitely isn't, it's a leaf. But I love how elongated this one is. I absolutely adore this leaf. It's just a really unusual shape. My other Syngonium are round and they're all actually half moon, which is really cute. But this one is particularly beautiful. But I think I personally enjoyed this one a lot more as well, is because I've grown it from a wet stick, which, as we all know, are quite difficult. So that is my second favourite leaf that I'm just constantly obsessing with at the moment. And I think it's really good to do this kind of thing because you're capturing a piece, even just a photograph, you're capturing that leaf, and they don't last forever. Well, in my flat anyway, they don't last forever. So I had one from this plant that was my favourite leaf ever, and it eventually yellowed and died. So I'm really glad that I got the photograph of it because I can always remember it and appreciate it. But yeah, I do like going back on these videos and just remembering the plants that I had or how the state of the plant was before, like, obviously either died or kind of like grew. But this is the next plant. This is my Enjoy. As we all know, I have three, maybe four. It's a really, really full plant. It's been amazing. It's got these leaves here, like this size. They get to about this size. But the newest leaves, can you see how big these are? They're like huge. So that's the second to last. And then this is the last. And compared to the smaller leaves, you can see the difference in size. I'm absolutely obsessed, and it's only the last two leaves that have been that big. But I just love this. Like, this is a really pretty plant anyway. And my other Enjoy, this is more of like a yellow like tinge. It's like more of a creamy colour. My other one is like bright white, which I think is so cool itself. But these leaves are just amazing. I really, really like them. And I believe the Enjoy is the larger formed leaves, and is it the Glacier, I think it is, they're the smaller ones. So everyone always told me this wasn't an Enjoy because you see how tiny these leaves are at the top. They're just really tiny. But there's absolutely no denying that that's a gigantic leaf. I don't think it's really doing it justice on camera. It's huge. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm enjoying the way it's growing now, it's vining. So super excited to see that continue to grow. Although I think I do need to turn it because I am seeing a few leaves behind here yellowing off and obviously dying, but it's just a reminder to turn your plants and make sure they get light from all sorts of directions. So this next one is a Hoya. It's a Hoya Macrophylla pot of gold. It's the second to last leaf I want to show you. It's this leaf. It's another huge one. I was very shocked with the size of it. I fully 100% grew this in my care, which was a really exciting thing. I love the back of it. It's got like a deep purple vein or edge around the back, and I just love the sheer scale of it. I love that it's like very Jurassic. It's just been watered, so it's a bit flimsy. That's how I tell if they need water. And you see it's a bit soft. Usually it's quite a hard, firm plant leaf. I love this particular leaf. This is the most recent one. It's definitely more you see it's got the cream stripe in the middle. It's definitely more pot of gold-esque than that one, and I think that's why I like this one more, because it doesn't have that pot of gold. And I originally wanted the Hoya Macrophylla, just the normal one, and I couldn't find it. I could only find the pot of gold, which is meant to be harder to get your hands on, which is fine, but I think that's why I really love this one, because it's just all green. But yeah, this is the most recent leaf, and it's really cute. It's got the pink sun's dressing on. I do think it's absolutely thirsty, because I can see it's so wrinkly. You see how soft that is. But I definitely think it is potentially getting a bit too bleached. They're normally quite dark, but I do notice when I give it a break from the grow light, I feel like it darkens again, but it could just be me. But yeah, I've got new growth coming through here as well, but this is the leaf that I'm obsessed with, truly obsessed with. So this next one is just a Hoya Crimson Queen. It's nothing particularly expensive or special in the sense of rare, but it is this particular leaf, because it's still holding onto its pink, and it's really pretty. I think Wild Fern's got a Hoya that comes in pink and white. I could be making this up, but I know that she's got a Hoya Crimson Queen, which is a complete wish list plant in itself. The actual plant that she's got is just unbelievably amazing. And she's got a lot of white on hers, which is why I like this one, but I just love the pink that this one's holding on to. And I have mentioned it before, but when you subject these to bright light, so under my grow light, the new leaves come in a hot pink, a really dark pink, and this one's still, it is weird. These two leaves here are the newest leaves, even though we've got this here. So for some reason it started pushing out a new growth point here, and it's got another one coming just in between there, there's another point here, and it did the same here as well. You can see there's a new growth point here. So I find this plant really interesting. I was really over this plant. It was one that I showed in my plants that I'm not that into, but I'm completely obsessed with it, because it really gives me every single colour. It goes a dark red, a pink, goes a baby pink, and then it comes through sometimes orange as well. But I really think this is stunning. It's probably why they call it the Hoya tricolour, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's a very pretty one. There's one last look. So the next one I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to do a B-roll over me talking now so you can see it. It is this Monstera and Varagata. I have very few secondary fenestrations on this plant, but this particular leaf is secondary fenestrations. The amount of variegation on it is beautiful. It's sectoral as well as being variegated as well, and I just think all in all it's just a stunning leaf, and I'm completely obsessed with it. And it was actually a leaf that wasn't showing signs of new growth when I went on holiday last summer. I went away for 3 weeks. My friend looked after my plants, and when I got back, there was this leaf here, and I was I didn't even show it didn't show signs of it growing. And I had gone away and come back, and it was fully unfurled and flat, and it was just beautiful. I absolutely love this. And the way it sits, unfortunately, it kind of like faces the wall, so I don't ever get to see it. And it's just the way that Monstera is. It's quite a big plant, so it has to be a certain way so it doesn't get knocked when you walk past, like through the corridor. So it does face the wall, which is really unfortunate because it's stunning, but I absolutely love it. And if I've seen, like, I talked about her in one of my last videos, this artist, I think she's called Potted Peach. Like, if I had to like get her to commission one like leaf for my whole collection, it would be that one for sure. It's just so pretty. But yeah, that's my next favourite. And then the final plant I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you for various reasons. I have recently moved this from behind me to my kitchen shelves above my sink, but where my new Grow Star grow light is. So this was a test project. This plant always looked really, it either looked really healthy or really sad. There was no in between, and now it's looking like a nice in between plant. It's got big, like it's got really big, but this side is like, so the grow light comes here, so this side is like less like impacted by the grow light, and that side is. So I love, like, it's like a green variegation on these leaves. Like, they're just like a really, really subtle green, like a creamy green, you see. I just love like the mottled look. It reminds me of the Syngonium mottled. But then this side, let me come around here. This side is like a lot more variegated. You see how like the whole strand is just got a lot more variegation on it, and I think it's because it's obviously in front of the light a lot more. And it's constantly growing, so it's a really cool, pretty plant. I love it. It's got so many different like strands now, which is really cool. This one's starting to come out, but this particular leaf is one of my favorites ever. Like this, let's see if I can turn it this way so you can see. You see how that leaf, just this one here, it just stands out because it's just white. So like the variegation is white, and I think that's so nice. It's literally just glowingly white. I love it. I love that. So yeah, that's my favourite here, but I really do appreciate that they're just coming through so different. So like higher variegated, more of a green, and then the strand at the back is almost like disappearing. I think I actually cut from this recently. No, I didn't. But yeah, the stems are starting to get like thicker and woodier, which usually means that it's becoming more of a mature plant because it's older. But yeah, that is the last plant I want to show you. So that is it. I just wanted to show you the leaves that I was really appreciating and were catching my eye a lot recently. Obviously, every plant in my flat, probably except a couple, are like doing really, really well at the moment because it's obviously like prime growing season. But these particular leaves were just really, really nice to see, and I think a lot of them comes down to the unusual shape they've come out, or the size, or the variegation. So them just being like ever so slightly different to the rest of the plant. And like I say, a lot of these, all of these are variegated actually in some way, whether it be like the Hoya Macrophylla pot of gold, the Syngonium, the Hoya, like everyone is variegated, and it's probably why they bring you so much joy, because like I say, the variegation will always be different. And I still think the same with like the golden pothos. Like my first ever plant, I've been obsessed with it ever since I've had it. It's super easy to grow. It's super like, it grows super long, very easy to propagate. And when you get like green ones, like I've got leaves at the moment, and I wish I had it in this video actually, it's on the top of my fridge, so it's a bit difficult to get to. But the leaves are literally like this, and they're like long and just like really dark green, no variegation, and I love it. But then at the bottom of the plant, you've got like it's just like a bit of a mismatch, but at the bottom you've got like a really highly variegated leaf that's just come through. So I don't know, I just find it really interesting, and it just always keeps you looking, doesn't it? But yeah, a lot of this could be due to a really good environment at the moment. It's really humid here. It's really warm in the UK, and obviously I have like 101 grow lights in my flat, so really good lighting as well. So I can imagine that contributes towards how well these plants are doing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And tell me what your favourite plant is down in the comments below. I'd love to chat to you there. And if you have any questions about the video or any questions in general, just let me know and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.